Well, welcome back to Y254's news, and today we're talking matter e-commerce. And today in studio we have an amazing guest, owner of Kisasa Homes, an online platform selling amazing things. You know, she'll tell us more about that. Hey, Noni.
Hi, Jackie.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Welcome to the show. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Now, today we're talking about this e-commerce. You know, you can just give us a brief of what Kisasa Home is and what do you sell?
Well, I mostly do household items, but I also do a bit of kids clothes and kids shoes, as well as ladies wallets and handbags. Yeah.
Okay. And what made you start the Kisasa Home?
Well, I think because I was able to access a bigger number of clients online, because there are millions of people online. Everyone can access shops online. Even if you don't have a personal computer, we all have smartphones. So it's easier, and so you get a bigger number of clients. Yeah, as compared to when you just have a shop and you just rely on walking clients. Yeah.
So all I need is just a smartphone, log in onto Facebook, and
just
access your shop.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a physical address, or do you just work from home?
I do have a physical address that I had to get recently, but I mostly advertise my products online. So my biggest number of clients are people I actually do not know, strangers. Yeah. So, but I do have a physical location. Yeah.
So how was the reception online compared to having a physical address in town, maybe?
Well, having a physical address, clients get to trust you more, because they can come to your shop, they can view the products, they're able to feel, for example, the fabrics, unlike when it's just online and they're just having to purchase based on what they are saying, as opposed to what they can feel. So some clients are still a bit reserved on just purchasing things online. So that is the main advantage of having a physical location is that they can come. They can you're actually existing, because there are so many fraudulent people online as well. Yeah.
Speaking of fraud, did this issue of SIM card swap and the fraudster in the recent past week, did it affect your business in a way or the other?
It did, because now clients cannot feel a bit they are a bit reserved purchasing things from people they do not know. But you see, like when I advertise a product online, there are very few people as compared to all the people who are accessing the internet. There are very few people that actually know me. So for a person to actually buy a product from me, and there are all these trust issues that affected the business largely. So most people, for example, if it's a client from Mombasa, they are a bit skeptical. They don't want to send cash before they receive. They don't know you. So, yeah.
Okay, and how do you make profits? How are the profits so far?
Well,
concerning in the issue of the fraudsters, how are the sales so far? Well, did their sales go down or go up?
They did go down, but now, then again, you work on building on trust with your clients, making sure you deliver the products the products that you advertise. Make sure you deliver what you advertise. That way you get to earn the client's trust.
So with the fraudsters, what are other challenges apart from fraudsters, SIM card swaps?
There's still a lot of competition, because it's if I'm advertising a product, there are very high chances that someone else or many other sellers are selling the same product, like what I'm selling. So there's a very high competition. So you have to adjust your prices, make sure your products are good and your quality. Yeah, so that you're able to compete with the others in the market.
What are your major? Oh, okay, continue with that point.
Yeah, well,
there's also some.
Yeah, I meant to say there was the trust issues, the very high competition. Yeah.
And who are your competitors, your major competitors?
The same salespeople who sell the same products as I do, the other online sellers as well, because we are so many. So the chances that someone else is selling a product the same as I'm selling is very high. So also the the issue of pricing comes in, because now there is also unhealthy competition that you sometimes have to lower your products in a way that affects your business so that you're able also to sell your products. But I usually say you just believe in yourself and your products. At least don't sell at a price that does not make sense to your business. Yeah.
Okay, we've received some. My producer is telling me he has received some feedback that some clients are saying what you see online is not what you get. Like you can order a blue dress, a sky blue dress, you get a navy blue, or you can order, let me say, two liters kettle, and you get a 1.5 kettle. Yes. How do you go about that?
Well, I think that depends now with an individual seller, but I usually think the bottom line is you have to be honest. if you want to do well in the online business, because you're not selling just once, you want to sell to the same people tomorrow, next month, next year, you want to grow, right? So you have to be honest with your clients. But also, I know there are people who do that, and that also affects our business in a way, because a new client would not differentiate between you and someone who would not give the correct information about the product. Yeah.
So so is your business mostly pay as you receive, or receive then pay?
I usually
order on delivery, I don't know.
Yeah, mostly I do cash on deliveries. You order, we send someone to deliver, then you pay upon delivery. After, if you do not like the product, that's okay. You don't have to pay. If you like the product, then you pay. But
that brings losses at your end. If the client doesn't like the product, it brings losses at your end.
Not really.
Because delivery cost and everything else.
No, you will pay for delivery. You either come to the shop or you pay for delivery. There's that choice.
So even if I don't like the product, I'll have to pay for
You still have to pay for delivery, or come to the shop and view the product. If you don't like it, then that's fine. You don't have to buy it. But if I send someone to deliver to you, but we usually make this clear to the clients from the beginning. So there's a physical location in town. So within town, we do free deliveries. So if you still don't like the product, there's really not a big deal within town. But outside of town, you have to cater for the charges.
Yes. Like for instance, maybe you have sent a good in Mombasa. Then the client doesn't like it. He has to pay the delivery cost both ways, to and fro.
No, actually now for like distant, like out of town, Mombasa, Nakuru, such places, you pay in advance, because I also do not know you.
Wow.
So that is what happens. So you pay in advance, and then so now that highly depends on how it highly depends on how honest the seller is, but you have to pay in advance. There is no way I'll be sending a product to someone I do not know. So because there are also clients who just play around, you know.
Yeah, considering this is Y254 News and it's a youth channel, why do you think so many youths prefer white collar jobs rather than starting their own businesses?
Because I think there is security in having a white collar job. At the end of the month, you'll still get paid. But you see, in business, you have to be patient. There are some days you don't sell, some weeks you don't sell. So if you're faint-hearted and you're not in it for the long haul, you're not gonna make it. So I think mostly people do that because there's a surety. At the end of the month, there's money in your account. All you have to do is show up at work. You probably don't even have to do much, but you'll still get paid. But in business, it's your effort that determines what you earn and how much you're gonna make from it.
You see, apart from this assurance of the youth thinking that a white collar job, at the end of the month, there's some money in your account. Others say their excuse is, we don't have startup capital. What would you advise them? Like how you began your journey?
Well, personally, I started small. Like I think I even started with like 2,000 shillings. So I started selling small items. So as I sold, I saved up the profits. So I continued adding on. Like I've sold a bunch of different items before now I now settled to this. So I think you can start small with what you have. Just begin. You don't have to like have a shop immediately, and you don't have to buy things in bulk. Just start with small capital. Even I think with 500 you can still buy a few things, sell, and then it's gonna be like 1,500 after you've sold out, and then you can buy more like that. I really don't think that's an excuse.
That's an excuse. Startup capital.
No, that's not an excuse.
And then what would you like to tell the youths to encourage them just to do their own business instead of depending on a white collar job?
Well, I would like to tell people to like just start with the little that you have. You have, of course, you have an education or you have at least basic knowledge on a few things. You just have to identify the population that you're targeting and their interests, and then you can decide what product to sell to them. And it doesn't really have to be a product. It can be a service that you have to offer. Maybe you're good at doing hair, maybe you're good at making shoes or clothes or something like that. Just start with whatever you have, the knowledge you have and the little capital you have. I'm sure you can do something, just something.
Yeah, speaking of knowledge, you know, our system trains us to go to university.
Yeah.
Then at university, maybe you learn one thing, then you come out here and you cannot even think of starting a business.
Yeah.
Yes. What do you think the problem, where the problem is? Where is the problem?
I think we are taught once you go to school and you've acquired your education and you have graduated, now we all just think you're gonna get out there and then there's gonna be a job and you're gonna start getting paid good amount of money. But I also went to campus, I have my degree, but I'm not employed. I'm doing this, and yeah, it's not bad. I think I'm even probably doing better than some people who are still employed. Yeah, so I don't think we should work on that mentality that once if you went to school, you cannot do something that is not white collar. You just think outside of the box. It doesn't have to be shoddy. You can do something good. At least now what will make it different is that you are educated as opposed to someone who didn't go to school. You're gonna do it differently. Even if you're selling fish, you're gonna do it differently. Not like someone who just came out of they don't have any knowledge. You'll package differently, you'll advertise differently, you know? Yeah, such things.
You see, I've done a story on taxi, women in taxi. There's an app that is strictly for women and targets women customers. And you being as a woman,
Wow, that was amazing.
An empowered woman in business. What are the challenges you face as a woman?
Well, people do not believe women can actually go there and do something substantial. So there is that people don't believe in what you're doing. There is also an issue, like for example, if you're purely doing online, as a woman, there are deliveries you also cannot make, for example, because there's also the issue of security. You will need, you know, to take care of yourself. You don't just go and deliver things, and sometimes it's not actual orders. You know, people also in the online, you don't know who to trust. Also, even if you're a seller and you're out there to make money and to do business, there are also trust issues on your end. But at the end of the day, you're also doing business. So those are some of the challenges that we face as women.
And do you think women need to be empowered more to do business, to venture into business?
I actually think women can take this country to another level because women work so hard. Like even doesn't have to be these formal businesses or things like that. We work so hard. So I think every woman should be empowered to just do something useful with themselves and make something. Do something for yourself, empower yourself, make yourself useful, and make your own money.
Exactly. Exactly. And and these 12% VAT excess duty on mobile transaction. You know, it was 10%, now it's 12. Yes, the government raised it by 2%.
Sure.
Has it affected your business?
Yes, it has. So now also that spirals down to the cost of the product, because if it affects my transactional charges or the client's transactional charges, that's gonna affect the cost of the product and how we're gonna do all the service, the product or the service, whatever you're dealing with, that will definitely affect that. So it definitely goes up. The prices has to go up. So that affects the consumer in the end, mostly. Because if it affects the amount of money I'm gonna receive, it's definitely gonna go down to the client as well. So that has affected the businesses.
And you can see Communications Authority of Kenya the other day released that the information that 95% of Kenyans are now using mobile phone. How has that boosted the economy of the country?
They're using what?
mobile phones.
Yeah.
Yes, it's 95% of Kenyan population are now using mobile phones. How has that boosted maybe the economy of the country?
Because more, you're able to conduct more businesses right now, and you're able to reach a very big number of clients. Because now, actually, I don't think there's anyone who does not have a smartphone. Even if you have a kabambe on the sides, you still have a smartphone. So yeah, so that you have a bigger number of clients to sell your products and your services to. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And finally, the 16% on fuel, on all petroleum products.
Yeah.
Because you do deliveries.
Yes, yes.
Has it affected your business?
It has, because now the delivery charges have to go up, and the clients are also complaining. But you'll see also, I cannot, you know, factor that has to be factored in at the cost of the product and the cost of delivery as well. So that has really affected the businesses, and also many people are closing down. Yeah.
And your final words? Your final words on youth, on business, on e-commerce?
Well, start with whatever you have. Start with whatever small you have. Believe in yourself and identify what it is that you can do, and what it is you can do and how best you can do it, and just go there and do it. You can fail, but don't give up. Yeah, it's never smooth sailing. Yeah.
Well, you heard it from Gathoni, that is Noni, owner of Kisasa Home. Start small, start with whatever you have, fail, get up, continue going, push on, don't give up. And onto our final story, that is the weekly business roundup. Alan Donovan, the proprietor of African Heritage House, has filed a suit against Kenya Power after the utility firm cut electricity supply to its firm over 616 billion shillings. Mr. Donovan, in a suit filed at Milimani Courts, said Kenya Power disconnected electricity to the business shortly after it billed him an amount that covered November 2016 to March 2018. These and more in our